Okay, so we're gonna ignore the fact that I've been gone for a couple of months, but that ain't why I'm here, okay? We'll visit that in a different video. Today we're here to talk about the fact that Jeremiah Starfish and musty ass Shane Dawson are getting really their comeuppance, you know? All of the very, very repetitive racist shit that myself and a lot of other people have talked about extensively throughout the years, that everybody told us to let go, get over. It wasn't that serious. They've apologized, girl. If I had a nickel.
I wish I had a nickel.
For every time somebody told me they've apologized for this, then I mean, I probably will be living in Calabasas too. I'm not that far, but I'm not like in there yet. Shane Dawson is a creator on YouTube. I don't know how to put that, because he's something. He started doing videos in like 2005, and he keeps his excuses for the things he's done has been, well, it was a different time. You get what I'm saying? It was a different time. You guys were being so dramatic. That's how people were funny back then, and that's not true. There's a lot of people who started on YouTube who did a lot of not so smart things, but they within time realized this ain't the move. He, on the other hand, felt like, you know, who gonna check me, boo? I said what I said, I did what I did, and I just don't care. And now that seems to be coming back to haunt his ass, because some old tweets, a lot of old footage and audios have come out. So this turns around to Jeffree Star, because Shane Dawson started to doing these redemption arcs about very controversial, mostly racist based big problems. So Tana Mayonnaise, those Paul brother guys, Skeletor, whatever the fuck y'all want to call Jeffree today, that's what he was doing. It's so many no, I'm not gonna just say black, non-white creators on this platform that have been non-problematic. They've done their shit. They've come through, sold their products. They've been respectful. They've been nice. They've big people up. They've been consistent, something I don't know nothing about, and they haven't been a problem. But you don't want to talk about them. You want to talk about the ones who have had past issues of saying the same thing over and over and over and over again, then replying and saying, well, I was in a dark place. Everybody was in such a fucking dark place. With all the money you motherfuckers decide y'all want to flaunt, go buy a lamp. Please. You can rent man, and you can rent cars, and you can rent and lease houses, but you can't go get a fucking lamp for this dark place. Furthermore, won't you use some of that fucking money you love to throw everywhere and go get some help? Okay, nobody's above getting help. Okay, I've been to therapy. It is a beautiful thing. I've done a video about it. I'll link it down below if you're just interested, because I'm dead serious. But therapy is a real thing, people. You guys should try it. You have somebody who sits here and says, I've changed. Then you have somebody who's not gonna say that Shane Dawson's channel wasn't popping, but he needed to do something else. Like every 5 years as a YouTuber, you kind of 2 to 5 years, you want to do something new. Okay, I'm at that place. That's why I've been gone for so long. He decided that, you know, I want to go look into the beautiful life of this motherfucker. And as a result of that, he ended up in a place where he's seen kind of the ins and the outs of how his businesses ran, and he decides, oh my god, we should do a palette. Like, we should do a palette. Now, I didn't watch the series. I've only seen clips, because I refuse to even, I respect my mind and my body too much to do that to anybody. Bitch, please. So I've never purchased any Jeffree Star products as of recent. I don't know if you guys ever seen my video from way back, but I actually like support Jeffree, like back in the MySpace days. I had no clue this shit was going on. Here I am at Hot Topics buying merch, supporting this like, I'm so ashamed of myself. We gonna keep it pushing, okay? They become cool. They decide they want to go and then do this ugly ass, clunky ass palette. The palette is the equivalent visually of a pair of orthopedic shoes. It was big, it was clunky, it just didn't make any sense, but it served a purpose, and the purpose was to make money. Now I'm sure they made a shitload of money. There's numbers that have been thrown out here, there, allegedly. I don't fucking know, but I know for a fact most black creators will never see that much because, you know, none of us are best friends with the head of YouTube, okay? You know, I'm sorry, but none of us we ain't got past that. We should just be grateful to be here. YouTube Black, sit the fuck down. Now I'm curious to know what YouTube plans to do with this $150 million plus to the black community ever since George Floyd has ended up dead. Everybody wants to come out and say, you know, I support Black Lives Matter, I support. Where was this money before this? Like, did y'all just have a piggy bank of just this money sitting here saying, I don't know, we can just give James Charles another fucking boring, unenthusiastic, happy show, and people are gonna watch it because it's him and he came up lying about some shit. Let me lie about something, girl. I'm gonna be alive for the rest of my life. But he could lie and Photoshop and do those things because James I don't think that what they did to him was okay, but he definitely ain't without. They get together, they do this. Shane acts like, I want to be into makeup now. I want to do makeup now. I want to be part of the beauty community now. But he started a channel called Shane Glosson that was supposed to have, and he started the channel after somebody called him out, like, you made all this money on your palette and then you didn't want to finish the series that you started creating the palette. Like, you got your money and was like, bitch, I'm good. I'm head on out. So started the channel. The channel has like 3 million people subscribed. He has 6 videos and none of them have to do with makeup. Just trying to give y'all the quick version of this. So him and Jeffree make all this money. That's his bestie now. He loves him. All this great shit. Now they were beneficial to each other because Jeffree's persona was so bad at that particular time that Shane, which I don't know how the fuck he became the golden boy of YouTube, was able to take these problematic people who have said some of the most horrendous things that I could ever think of and make them look human again. Okay, so they use things like mental health and they use things about, you know, self-harm, all those things, so that it felt like, oh my god, he's a real person. He went through things. He used black racial stereotypes and slurs towards white girls because they were mean to him. Let him live, girl. Let him be a queen. Yeah. So once that happened, he comes back. I think he did like one with the guy who recorded the dead body in the woods, and he came back and was like, we're gonna do another one and we're gonna do this and this whole thing. In the midst of all this stuff happening with the palette, of them making the palette, the whole by sister Tati Westbrook, James Charles, and inserted Jeffree Star himself into the situation happened. So Tati came out and got mad because James Charles decided to promote BearShare. I mean, was it Bear? Bitch, remember BearShare? Girl, my computer did not boot for like 2 weeks fucking with BearShare. Okay, Sugar Bear Hair. During Coachella last year, he promoted Sugar Bear Hair, and that's Tati's direct competitors for Halo Beauty. So she felt the way about that. Now, here is the thing that I'm hearing now, people saying Tati was manipulated by Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. Bullshit. Tati is a grown-ass woman. She's the oldest in the entire equation. If you were that upset with your friend promoting your competitor, I'm sure there's a text thread somewhere with Tati's name on it and James Charles talking shit about everybody that I just fucking named, and just whether it be harmless or not. What I'm saying is, you got enough gall to sit up and send me what somebody else done said or who's in trouble today, but you don't have enough gall to get up and call me and say, bitch, you didn't give me no heads up. Now, this is how I think it happened, okay? So just stay with me here. I think one or two ways of this happened, and I don't think Shane was involved in this part. I think Jeffree was either on Instagram because he claims to be so busy, girl, but he'll fall out a tree as soon as his name comes up and he feels the need to just run in the kitchen and say, look at me. So I feel like he's seen it on his story, one, sent it to Tati and was like, oh girl, look, girl, she's trying you. Or Tati called Jeffree to vent to him about how she felt about James, and Jeffree used this as a reason to pounce. Jeffree and James were neck and neck with being the top influencers on YouTube. I find that to be hysterically funny because they both came after every single person that I will list in this video. Okay? So by this point, I feel like Jeffree's conversation with Tati went something like, listen, he has been a problem, okay? And he think he's all this and he's not. And if I were you, I would say something. See, I can't say anything because, you know, I'm racist. You know, I have a really bad track record with people and I'm always in some shit. So if I say something, ain't nobody gonna listen. But if you do it, the world is gonna listen. You are unproblematic queen. You do your stuff and you go. If I were you, I would say something. But I'm not gonna say anything. So Tati's dumbass took that, allegedly, ran to the internet, decided to say, bye sister, and then all of a sudden Jeffree decides to jump in after she kind of made some innuendo, like, you're talking about dick and cock. And I could guarantee you there's a conversation about sex with James and Tati, and she was not any way offended during those combos, but go ahead, girl. I feel like she did the video, all the fallout came, and last year KARMAgeddon 2 was a problem, but KARMAgeddon, honey, she is here and she is queer. She did the video and initially people were like, oh, you know, poor Tati, da da da. That's how I felt. Because I was going to do a video. I was very active on Twitter about it. Notice I never did a video about this. Keep that in mind. I never did a video saying James was a predator, and that was for a reason. That was for a reason. So at a point, James was, he's terrible, he's trash, he's this, he's this, he's this, he's that. So for me as a person, I felt like in that particular moment, it was like, what do y'all want him to do after this? Because Jeffree just went from, because he's never consistent, girl. If consistency was a person, bitch, she wouldn't even know Jeffree. So it seems like what Jeffree would do was say, I don't like him. Then it's, oh my God, I miss you, come back to LA. Then it's, Nate, girl, how about, shout out to Nathan. Nathan, he deserves reparations for sleeping with him. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and like Jeffree is snoring like a grown-ass man in the bed. His big-ass feet are outside the covers. His long-ass nails are just laid across. It's no eyebrows. The hair is greasy. Oh, the room is pink. Girl, it's a Care Bear's nightmare. So, shout out to Nathan. I hope he is with his girlfriend. I hope he is doing great things. You held it down for the team. I would kick it with Nathan. We can go to Applebee's. In that moment, he was saying things like, oh, Nathan banned you from the house. Nathan couldn't ban the dogs from the house, let alone James. But then, a week before that, you said that, I miss you. But then the banning happened a month before that. So it's like, do you not remember what you say? Or are you you're so pompous that you don't even want to check your sources at this point because you just feel like, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say and people believe me because they're fucking stupid bitches. Like, that's how I feel like he talks. So that ends up happening. James ends up coming out, girl, with the receipts. He was just like, bitch, what? And then Jeffree went from this, and I'm gonna, oh, she tried it today. Should I manipulate you guys? And then it's, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done with the drama for the 4th time in 2 years. I'm done. So, you're done with the drama. Everything goes cold. Nobody's talking about it anymore. Nobody's discussing it. Couple of years prior to this, some boy named Gabriel something, I don't know what he does, but he kind of started the whole drama with Jeffree and Nikita and Laura and Manny. When that drama happened, it kind of gave Jeffree a leg up because in that particular moment, Jeffree looked as if, and he painted that situation as if he was the victim. Like, he legit, they're bullying me. Girl, everybody was like, oh, you guys are trying to bully Jeffree, da 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 da. So the person who posted the picture of them doing this ended up being his friend later on. So I don't understand how none of them are friends with him, but girl, it's different because I don't fuck, it couldn't have been me. You gonna throw, He becomes friends with Jeffree. He decides to apologize. Laura Lee is called everything under the book. She issues a horrible fucking apology. You know, they kind of go away. Laura and Manny's careers really suffered because of this. Because you have the Wicked Witch of the East over there. I love karma. I bet your ass don't let that shit today because you real motherfucking quiet, bitch. Her and Manny, and I don't even think Manny did anything besides be called a user, but something that nobody ever wants to talk about is that, do people not forget that before this man came on this platform, there was really no drama like that? And all these people had their own careers and they were already established, and it was one person who decided to go from channel to channel to channel to channel to channel to be friends with them. And when I didn't want to be friends with you no more, I'm gonna hit you in the face and become friends with her. So it was just this. I'm gonna use everybody. Manny, I'm gonna say this, and Laura, even though Laura, just stand down, bitch, because you know. But Manny and Laura both respectively had created their channels and had did great for themselves, along with Patrick Star and a lot of other people. This man came out of fucking nowhere. He had really nothing. Go back to 2014 on his motherfucking Instagram and see how rich he was then, because bitches tend to forget. You are not a Kardashian, you're not a Jenner, and he seems to have a really big obsession with them. Hence I've never drank alcohol, because I know Kim says I don't like the way it tastes. Kendall's not a big fan, and Kylie said the same thing. So it's like, I think if I say that, then I look like, you know, I'm just this. Like, who lies about that? There's pictures, bitch. There's video. I promise you it was some vodka in there. I promise you. And I'm not a big drinker myself or a smoker, bitch. Listen, I get high on life. This shit's crazy. Like, euphoric. To see somebody use all these people, discard them, and then people are acting like they don't know. Oh, their makeup is great. Bitch, it's makeup. You're not blending it right anyway, so you don't even need it. You used all your money for what? Then I see people in the comments like, oh my God, I buy all your makeup, but I don't have any money. Bitch, priorities. Get you some. Because if them makeup looks ain't and bringing you no money, then bitch, I don't know what the fuck. Because even if I was him, in his defense, I ain't giving your ass no money, bitch. Make better choices. He did all this, and then we come to now. And now what we have is Shane being friends with him. Everything coming out that what happened with James was actually planned. Now you got Drama Channel talking about they were manipulated. I love you, Ashley Kyle, but you was not manipulated. You did what the fuck you did because you were now trying to play with the big boys. You had issues with Rich prior to that. You wanted to be into the fold. You got into the fold and you were getting hella views because you were being given information. All these people saying I didn't know and I was manipulated. Nobody in this situation was manipulated. Y'all grown as fuck. If you got kids, if you out here fucking and sucking, if you out here motherfucking on Grindr, if your ass is doing that, then you were not manipulated. You were complacent. So you were not manipulated. You decided to be, as a grown woman, you decided to go down that path. So live with it. Other drama channels that I just can't stand because I just think they're just a waste of a soul. Most of them were kind of on this Jeffree Star payroll, which is I'm gonna feed you information before it happens so that your videos are already done. You already have the information. All you gotta do is just upload. It hits the algorithm. You're gonna be one of the first videos that comes up when people search for drama. That's the payroll part of it, which I just think is just so low. Like, this is like if a bottom feeder had a picture, this would be it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like, what? Now everybody wants to then go against Jeffree because now the ship is sinking. So today, Shane Dawson was called out by Jada and Jaden Smith about him acting as if he was having a honeymoon with himself while looking at 11-year-old Willow Smith. It is not pretty. Jada, please do not try to make this a red table talk moment because it's not a teachable moment. Don't be nasty. Don't be a creep. Don't be a word that YouTube will demonetize my video for. Starts with a P. 6ix9ine's that. Yeah, I just feel like right now this is KARMAgeddon at its best. Because I will link videos and put cards into videos that kind of go into deeper of what these people have done up until this point. But all this kind of came to a head because probably within the last couple, this honestly started rolling out when this whole Davi Vanity and Jeffree Star's friendship, and Davi being the thing that they're accusing Shane of being for pleasuring himself with Willow Smith at 11. people who like it, but they're accusing you know, Shane of doing that because he has a lot of material that would have you believe that's what type of person he is. Now his excuse is, I was being funny, I was trying to be, the word shocking keeps coming up. I was looking to be shocking, I was looking to be different. When I want to be shocking, I make my bang blue. You get what I'm saying? Like when I want to be shocking, I'll get a fake tattoo. When I want to be shocking, I'll go get somebody who just got out of jail and then make him my boyfriend for like a month. That's what you do with her. To be shocking is not to be gross and to be that of a man who has an obsession with kids and think it's funny. And then the excuse that you give for said situation is, I have a lot of childhood trauma. Who the fuck do you know who has childhood trauma that decides to publicly go and do these things that he's done on camera? Okay, so at this point, it's not a matter of trying to be funny, because he says, oh, I was trying to be funny in this, and it didn't work. When he did the video, I mean, he did this long, short story, okay? It was like a book report. He wrote it on Instagram about how he was done with the beauty community because people were calling him and Jeffree out for possibly being behind the Tati Westbrook takedown of James Charles. The whole bi-sister situation that happened last year about the fucking vitamins. And in the video that I said, what did I say? I said, if y'all want to say keep it about the makeup, next time Tati cries about vitamins, we gonna keep it about the makeup. That's why I ain't talked about this shit since, okay? Because it's just like, okay, now, I remember I was gonna do a video like, damn, James really, he done fucked up. But no proof that he was a actually came out. Like, no proof. It was all hearsay. So it was people, Jeffree, stating, you guys are gonna gag when I have tea and this and this and that, but there's nothing that ever came of it. So it seems like after everything kind of settled down, because originally this was just Tati and James. Jeffree, being the opportunist that he is, decided to run in and say, I have a story to tell. Yes, he is this, is that, and the third. Even though 2 weeks ago I said, hurry back to come to LA because I miss you. And the week before that, I said, I'm not messing with nobody. But then Nate banned you from the house. The thing about when you are a gay for pay man, you do what the master says. Okay, so this was him trying to make it seem like, while you out here chasing these little boys, my man told you you couldn't even come to our house. Oh, they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. Jeffree is like it's like a teen movie, a bad teen movie, but a teen movie nonetheless. Okay, the way he speaks, we're trying to figure out if he even has a soul. What person? Me and Jeffree are a year apart, and I ain't never talk like that. But what person just speaks like that? And then like, oh my God, they're gonna believe it. They're gonna believe it. This is what happens, and I don't care who's mad about this. When you give losers in life an opportunity to be great, they OD on it. They OD on it. Judging by how Jeffree has said his past was, and looking at some of his EBS pictures, he was not the most popular person growing up. And I understand that. That's kind of my story too, but not like this. But it's like he's tried his best to literally go through and carve out this life that is very delusional, to have people want to envy who he is and be scared of him. Like, to him, that's cute. That's cute to be a person that people fear. Because for people to love you for being an open, great, vulnerable individual who has a past like everybody else just seems very dated. Like, girl, it's like he wants to be Mean Girls and we're kind of in the John Hughes era and he just don't get it. Shane had came out and was like, Jeffree is like my best friend, and he was family. That's the word he used. He's family to me. Well, and he wrote this in that little book report. Now that Aiden, Jada, all these videos of Shane have come out, girl, your family is nowhere to be found, girl. Okay? So he's more like a relative than he is a family member, because family members got your back. A relative, y'all just happen to be related. And it seems like you guys are related in a lot of ways, such as Hitler, such as blackface, lying, such as having a really, really fucked up background, and you think for whatever reason we should forgive you because you went through something. Because, you know, pains and issues and problems started and ended with them. I know people who have been through 10 times more than they have ever been through and don't act twice as bad as they do. Like on a given day. You guys, and I'm saying you, the ones who have purchased their products are part of the problem. I don't know what the fuck you guys are getting so hyped about walking around with pig mirrors and pig backpacks. What kind of piggy shit is this? Y'all could even buy Miss Piggy shit, but y'all buy this from, I mean, I get the aesthetic, because Shane don't look like he bathed, like, ever. Okay? Have you seen his fingers? I just Cheeto dust is what I get, and must is like what, and then you got all this money, you live in Calabasas, but you wear shirts for 2 and 3 and 5 days at a time where the neck is pulled through, and I just know if you just take one of these and just the disrespect of the body. You know, they're friends because Shane was able to take Jeffree from being a racist makeup artist and artist to a mogul. You get what I'm saying? Jeffree seems to have had this really big obsession with wanting to be a Kardashian. He's wanted to be Paris. He's wanted to be Kim. And it's never really been in the cards for him. I know he was Kelly Osbourne's assistant for a little bit. That didn't work. He became an artist after that, and that didn't work. So now he was like, a girl, I make makeup. And then it stuck. But notice how, you know, what Laura had said in this whole, you know, that whole Trayvon Martin situation. Funny enough, there's a new video that just popped up with Shane saying, you know, Trayvon Martin wouldn't have died if he had a job. His words, not mine. And he was like, oh, it's a game. It was funny to you. And now he's done his apology, and the apology didn't go over well because he said, well, I seen that Jenna Marbles did one because of her blackface video she did as Nicki Minaj. So this is great because he wrote that little book report, and it was very much passive aggressive, and it was like, you motherfuckers is stupid, and James ain't no angel. Jeffree is Jeffree, and you hoes need to get over it. And when that didn't go, it was a joke. It was a joke. I was playing. It was a joke. It was a joke. So you mean to tell me it was a joke that you decided to say she beat her face? First and foremost, Tati didn't have that much makeup on. Do you know what a beat means, Mr. I love makeup? You don't even wash your face. Like, I don't understand how you are going to get a good application of makeup, but you don't even wash your face. So, I don't know why y'all would buy makeup from somebody who doesn't even know how to get the boogers out his eyes before he even puts eyeshadow on. Furthermore, we all told you this was a cash grab, and you told us that we were haters, we were mad, and we were jealous. There's nothing to be jealous of when my entire past is literally a fuck you letter to every motherfucking body outside of the race that I occupy. Okay? So, if it takes for me buy my boyfriend and release cars and release subpar makeup to be considered successful, then that's not success I want. I'm good on that one, okay? So let's stop with the whole, you might be jealous, okay? Because your money is a little different than his. And I get that a lot of y'all like the fantasy that he gives you because you want to live vicariously through somebody, but there's a lot of people who do a lot of great things with their money besides beating people down and lying on fucking pre-adults at this point, saying that they're fucking predators simply because they're more successful than you. But then you sit there and you lie to another racist person, Keemstar. You see a pattern here with YouTube? Okay, Susan Wu Jackie, you might want to check your top motherfuckers because they seem to have an issue with people who are not white. Just saying, girl. But you so busy being friends with James Charles, I don't think you gonna get around to see this. But anyway, yeah, it just seemed like this is really bad back and forth of, we don't have time for trying to, what would I gain for trying to, you know, we're our own superstars. When somebody always talks about we, us, you know, against them and they, that means that you can't stand on your own 2 feet. Jeffree Star is the example of insecurity with money. That's what this boils down to. Why is it that everybody who seems to be your friend, so-called, uses you? But if we remember, Laura, Nikita, Nikki, Jacqueline, Manny, all had careers before he got here, okay? So if we go back to when he had 3 lipsticks, he was befriending some of the top people on this platform to use their audiences to build his, to then kick them in the face when he felt it was time for them to go. Or they didn't do what he wanted them to do. So what I'm saying is, at this particular point, he used all these people. And now he wants to say, oh, look, they're beneath me. James was the last person on that list. And he thought, once I get him, I'm there. I'm that girl. I'm the queen of the night. But at this point, what threw me off is the fact that you put yourself in a situation where you fucked up, because James literally, even though he's done things that I'm not the biggest fan of, he's never done anything that warranted for you to go out and say that he was a predator. And that's all you had, because there was really nothing else that you could do. Your background is so bad that you decided to take him down. Shane, being the so-called introvert that he is, seeing this as a money opportunity. He keeps saying, you guys all think I did it for money, but I didn't. But you did. But you did. Because you announced your departure from the beauty community 12 hours after you restocked your makeup with Jafar. So you knew what you were doing. You just felt like in this particular moment, it just didn't matter, because you felt like, well, I don't care. These people are stupid. We're riding high. We got our shit. People are dumb. They've accepted all our lies and apologies up until this point. So whatever, girl. But then now, in the wake of what's going on with Black Lives Matter, and everybody is feeling, all these white people, let's be clear, are feeling kind of guilty for the way that they've treated a lot of people and ignored a lot of, yo, these motherfuckers ain't good people. So now everybody is out here trying to fix, and they frantic, and nobody wants to sit back and just idly by watch some shit happen. And after last year, if James Charles would have killed himself, what would Tati would have felt? What if Jeffree would have felt? What would all these drama channels would have felt if that boy was dead because they decided to keep on throwing salt on the wound? What? Because at the end of the day, y'all all did his dirty work for him, okay? So he could look like, I didn't do anything. He's been doing this in people's inboxes for the longest. None of this shit is new. And if you listen to what he said, I don't have an issue with Nicki, but I think she's just got way too much money and fame, too young, and da-da-da-da-da. That's an issue for him. Because when you look at the players in the game, he's the oldest, excluding Tati. So he feels like, I want to be friends with the younger kids now because I've outgrown that. So instead of going and being a bad bitch and being a mogul and doing your shit and do what you're supposed to do, you're so busy still wanting to be accepted into a group that just don't fuck with you. And the only reason why James fucked with Jeffree is because he knew he was competition. And he felt like maybe we could go and do some shit great. Because he's like, I'm just living my life. But the reason why I also give James the side eye, because I remember before he even got the cover girl thing, he used to tweet every single morning, good morning to everybody but Jeffree Star, you're a fucking racist. So when I finally seen them being friends, I gave James the side eye, because it was like, so you are like everybody else. He gave you a wink and made you feel like you belonged, and then you fell right into that because you felt at that particular point, he likes me, he accepts me, we can be friends. Not realizing he was plotting on you the whole time. He was never going to be your friend. So I don't feel bad for James in that, but I don't think nobody should ever be told to the world that I'm a fucking predator because I'm a horny 19-year-old. Meanwhile, I don't know what the twins' names are, but they got a Chris Humphries look to them, like, just, I don't get it. I don't get their appeal either, but this is YouTube, and usually if it's white, it's right. So what's new? You don't have to do too much of anything. I don't know what Tana Mayonnaise does. I don't know. I know she got by a toothbrush, and apparently that's her claim to fame. So now she's just living high. Okay, I don't think that I could go film a dead body in the woods right now and become even more famous from it, but you know, I'm not the right color. Clearly. I just think it's interesting how now everybody wants to run for cover. So now that Jaden and Jada have come out to this disgusting video of Shane, Jeffree's nowhere to be found. Like, I couldn't find him in Calabasas and use my flashlight to see if I could find him, but I don't think he would be wanting to be seen right now because he is pretty much, Jeffree wants to be Regina George. And we all know what happened to Regina.
She got hit by a big ass
bus. But instead of him getting hit, he just fucking kicked Shane ass dead into the street and said, sorry girl, but I don't know her. Because it's what he does to everybody. This is what he does to everybody. So are we shocked? No. There's so many creators on YouTube at this particular point, and a lot of us who have been here for a very long time, as you can see behind me, I'm not doing bad for myself at all. I'm not living in a mansion, but you know, it's not for like a trying. I find it that when I look at Lovely T and Jackie Ina and Adriana Thomas, Lakia, Ivy, Peak Mill, all these girls who, when I came my little gay ass into this equation, they opened their arms to me and said, welcome, if you need anything, let me know. They were very nice to me. And it's sad because we've done legit some of the most inventive shit on YouTube and get no credit for it. And usually I just let shit go. You guys know I don't like to talk about this. I let it be what it is. But now you see these same influencers that don't do anything, they're getting praised in deals and opportunities for being a problem. We're literally abiding by the terms of service and we're getting nowhere as a result. So my question is, why is it that people want to support people who are just abysmal? You get what I'm saying? Like because let's be honest. If I got up in here and because if the idea is everybody has a past, everybody goes through shit, everybody is this and that, then can I just go on a racist rant real quick? Everybody else seem to do it and they living good. Where I could just tell you how I truly feel about a group of people, and then I don't want you to say that I'm racist because I'm not racist, okay? I know I said racist stuff, but I'm not racist. I just made some really bad judgment calls and I was upset at the time. And when you're upset, you're allowed to say a lot of disrespectful, horrible things about people who have done nothing to you because you're upset. So which day can I, Jackie Ina, Nima Tang, Alyssa Ashley, like when do we get the opportunity to show our ass and then benefit from it? Susan, would you like to put a comment down below? Do I have to go to fucking James Charles's page for you to hear these cries? I want to know. Because as the world is starting to change and what we're seeing right now, what we're going through, it is very unfair. Jackie Ina has the personality out of this world. Why didn't she get an instant influencer? Why? Because see, she doesn't sit up in here and say stupid shit about Ebola and then use that to her advantage and then say, I got a show. I got a palette. No. So my thing is, let's try to support people who deserve to be supported. And let's stop putting money into people's pockets that fucking don't deserve it. Because this is what happens. There's way too much shit for both of them for them to still be afloat at this point, okay? So I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of bringing it up. If something more comes, then I'll talk about it. So that's all I got. And by the way, Breonna Taylor's murderer still ain't arrested. Y'all have a good one.